All right, guys, let's get game 2 going. We have got the person who did not come out on top in the Cloak Banshee War last game. From the Team Slayers, it is MMA. And up at the top of the map, in the blue color, we have our other Terran player from the Team Prime.we, showing superior control last game, but can he beat MMA on a map of MMA's choice? It is MarineKing Prime. So TVT, a continuously changing matchup.
Yep.
This matchup doesn't stay the same for more than like a couple weeks at a time.
Yeah, MarineKing, we've mentioned this before, I believe, but I mean, he's been playing a little bit inconsistent, I would say, the last month or two. And we've kind of talked about that in his casts in Code A and his casts in the up and down matches and here at the Arena Legends. But lately, he's kind of been pulling it back together. He actually did get out of the up and down matches, barely. But, you know, he did pretty well in the Arena Legends last week. He also, plays, people say he plays better online.
Well, people say he's unbeatable online. That's what everyone says.
Yeah, and he did really well last week. And so since this is an online tournament, you know, he may be in more of a comfortable place, and it may be just easier in general for him to play these games. So he might be bringing his A game here. So normally I would say MMA definitely had the advantage, but as we saw last game, MarineKing is not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, gas first for MarineKing. So he is planning on doing some teching early on, so we'll have to see what he has planned with that. MMA with a pretty normal opening, getting his barracks before the command center. And there's MarineKing's. Oh, it is a proxy factory. Now, this could mean a couple of different things. Most likely, it's going to be Banshees, but MarineKing has been one of those Terrans that's done Thor rushes a couple times in the past here, so we'll have to see what he has planned for that. You'd have to walk the Thor all the way around, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, they're both proxy factorying each other.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously? All right, so this is probably going to be... I mean, chances are it's probably going to be Banshees, right, guys? But if it is a double proxy Thor rush, I'm going to be so happy.
I don't think MarineKing is going to Thor rush. His factory is not in a very good position for that.
No, it's not.
So
just wishful thinking on my part.
I mean, MMA, though, his factory is in a better spot for it. For doing a Thor rush, so that's, I guess, a possibility. But yeah, we do see the starport for MarineKing, not surprising.
Yeah. He could be just making a medevac to pick up the Thor and drop it base. Maybe.
Maybe he is.
Probably not.
No, we're certainly going to see Banshees out of MarineKing. MMA is building the armory.
Oh, it is going to be a Thor rush from MMA. I love it. Using one of MarineKing's builds against him. Because MarineKing's really the only Terran that we've seen Thor rush in the GSL. He's done it a couple times to MVP, actually.
This is going to be really interesting. And it is going to come down to, I mean, basically in a way it's going to come down to if MMA can break MarineKing fast enough with the Thor, because if not, if he's somehow able to defend off that Thor, the Banshee will give him such a good economic lead that it won't really matter. But he's busting in with this Hellion already.
Yeah, MMA trying to soften his opponent up a little bit. Might get an SCV killer too.
Get some really good shots off with that Hellion.
Yeah, wow, all those SCVs are very low. They keep lining up. Oh, man. All right, so 2 workers killed there by MMA. Did soften up quite a few units. The Thor is on the way. It is almost here. And you know what? With the Banshees that MarineKing has, MMA could conceivably make a second Thor, too, and send that back to his base to defend. Thors, of course, do quite well against light air units, so if he doesn't have enough Marines, you know, maybe that could work out as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's way out of position. But there's the engineering bay. Never mind. He's going to be just fine. He's going to make some turrets.
Yeah, the Banshee's on the way already. It's arrived in MMA's base, actually, starting to kill some SCVs in MMA's base.
Oh, really? Down at the bottom in MMA's base, at the base of the yellow Terran. Yep, there's the Thor.
Down at...
Well, there's a Banshee.
There we go. All right.
We go. Yeah, all right. Found it now.
Banshee with 8 kills on it already, and this is...
Who cares? Thors are more interesting.
He just didn't have anything, and he's actually sending all of his SCVs to accompany the Thor.
Yeah, he didn't have time to make a turret,
He's going to just mass repair. That is actually really interesting.
Yeah.
He is definitely going to be all in here because he's not mining it all anymore. MarineKing has lost a depot, though, so he's supply blocked.
Well, all MMA really needs to do is lift off that command center for now and then drop it again when he needs to scan. Here we go, though. SCVs versus Thor. I mean, they can get the surround possibly, but look at that. He's going to block the ramp with the Thor.
Nice.
He needs SCVs to repair, though. He's going to lose the Thor.
The SCVs are going down quickly, but he kills the Thor. The Marines in the back are doing a ton of damage. The SCVs of MMA had not arrived on the scene yet, so they were not able to protect the Thor, and he was actually able to target it down with a surround. And MMA, GG's.
That did not work out very well at all for MMA, unfortunately. Wow. So Thor rushes are fun to watch, but they just don't work out very often.
Well, like I said, it came down to if he was able to defend off the Thor, he was going to win. If he was not able to, it was just going to get broken and lose. But didn't quite pull that rush off, and so wasn't able to defend that Thor, which was the crux of his whole strategy. That's the way it happened. I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't try and build a turret and try and defend his main at the same time. Actually, I guess at that point his injury was a little bit late. So
yeah, he tried.
He would have lost all of his SCVs in the process.
He did it as fast as he could, really, but yeah, just couldn't get that turret up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, MMA is up 2-0.
No, he's not. He's down 2-0.
I'm down 2-0. Sorry. MarineKing is up 2-0 is what I meant to say.
Yep. And I believe that actually may be it for our first semifinal. It's a best of 5. Never mind.
Yeah. Semifinal.
Maybe MMA wishes that was the case after those first 2 games. But
well, he's going to want a chance to come back here in game number 3. He has picked Taldarium Altar, so instead opting for a larger map, and I think we saw why he picked Crossfire for that last map.
Yeah,
he had that Thor Rush strategy in mind, but he's picked Taldarium Altar. He's going to go for more of a macro-oriented game, and I think MMA probably does have the better macro of the two. Again, MarineKing, you could just never underestimate him, though. He just can pull all kinds of tricks out of his hat at any time.
Well, I mean, MMA has been trying some kind of, tried obviously something very risky last game, but he's been playing in a style that I feel is kind of outside of his element. I mean, we don't usually see MMA go Banshees very often, and we certainly don't see him Thor Rush very often. So, I don't know. Kind of seems like he's trying some new stuff, which is okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So we are going to get started here in just a minute, I believe. Yes, we are. MMA has a lot of digging to do to dig himself out of this gap that he's dug himself into already. I guess maybe digging wouldn't help. Maybe fill it back in or something like that. But we're going to find out if he can here on Taldarium Altar at the Arena of Legends.